I came across this antique cast iron self-closing hook. Could it be a hay grapple, an ice hook, a pallet puller, or something else entirely? The item you found is a grapple, designed to be securely attached to a beam or rafter. This tool was part of a larger system for moving and storing hay that was common in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. According to United States Patent Number 100,330, issued to inventor William Bragg on March 1, 1870, its primary purpose was to act as a fixed anchor point in barns or similar structures to support lifting systems for bales of hay or other heavy objects. The design was specifically created to improve efficiency and flexibility in tasks such as storing and moving hay. While the grapple was primarily used in agriculture, its design could be adapted for other purposes such as gripping and moving ice blocks or logs. I found a round, clear glass object that looks like an old jar lid. It weighs about 1 kilogram and has the inscription Whitehall Tatum No. 1 on it. The diameter is approximately 10 centimeters. Does anyone know what this might be? The object you found is a glass insulator used for communication lines, manufactured by Whitehall Tatum. The company was established in 1806 and was initially known for producing bottles, jars, and vials throughout much of the 19th century. Whitehall Tatum entered the insulator manufacturing market in 1922, expanding their production into the growing communication and power industries. This particular insulator dates to around 1945, a transitional period after Whitehall Tatum was acquired by Armstrong, but before the company's name on insulator units was updated to reflect this change. These insulators were mounted on pins atop utility poles to keep telegraph, telephone, or power lines insulated from the poles themselves. Made of durable glass, they could withstand various weather conditions, ensuring that the lines remained functional and protected. Glass insulators like this played a vital role in early 20th century communication and electrical infrastructure. What is this old two-pronged iron barb? It was found while metal detecting near some very old log cabins, estimated to be about 100 years old in Wyoming. The object has small barbs, suggesting it might have been hammered into wood, and each spike has 4 sides. The object you found is the head of a wrought iron pike pole, a tool commonly used from the 18th century onward. Pike poles were designed primarily for forestry and construction work, allowing workers to grip and maneuver logs, beams, or other heavy materials. In lumbering, these tools were essential for controlling logs floating on a river during a log drive and for constructing log rafts. The two-pronged design and sturdy construction made them particularly useful for settlers and laborers working in rugged environments. This specific type of pike pole head likely dates to the late 18th or early 19th century and may have been used in tasks involving timber management or construction near old cabins, such as those in Wyoming. I found a small paper item in the drawer of an old dresser. It was discovered beneath newspapers dating back to the 1940s. Does anyone know what this could be? The small paper item you found is likely a trading stamp, a type of promotional coupon popular in the mid-20th century. Grocery stores and other retailers would issue these stamps to customers based on the amount they spent. Customers could collect the stamps in special booklets provided by the retailer and, once the booklets were filled, redeem them for items from a catalog of prizes. These prizes ranged from household items to toys and other small rewards. Trading stamps became particularly popular in the 1930s and continued through the 1960s, with companies like Sperry and Hutchinson Green Stamps leading the trading stamp market. This company, which began providing stamps to United States retailers in 1896, helped establish customer loyalty programs that encouraged repeat shopping. I found these strange metal objects at a consignment shop. They seem to have some sort of stone or gem embedded in the metal box portion. Does anyone know what these could be used for? The metal objects you found are agate bearings, which were used in precision balances such as equal arm balances. In these balances, the beam pivots on a hardened steel knife edge that rests on the agate bearing. This setup provides a low-friction surface, ensuring highly accurate and repeatable measurements. The V-shaped design of the bearing ensures that the balance beam remains perfectly aligned, while the surrounding metal casing acts as a protective end cap. Precision balances like this were used in laboratories, pharmacies, and jewelers' workshops for measuring small quantities with high accuracy. I found this strange object at an antique store in the games and toys section. It's about 1.5 meters tall and almost looks like a fridge with a seat inside and an opening for your head. Does anyone know what this could be? The object you found is a vintage portable sauna, a personal steam bath that was popular in the mid-20th century. These saunas were designed to allow people to enjoy the benefits of a sauna in the comfort of their own homes. They typically featured a compact box-like structure with a seat inside and an opening for the user's head. This design allowed the body to be enclosed in steam while keeping the head exposed, ensuring comfort and safety during use. Portable saunas like this gained popularity in the 1960s and 1970s as a convenient alternative to traditional sauna rooms. Advertisements from that era often promoted their health benefits such as weight loss, detoxification, and improved vitality. For example, a 1964 French magazine ad highlighted their ability to help users achieve a slimmer figure and shed extra pounds effortlessly. The interior of these saunas usually contained a steam-generating unit powered by electricity to produce the heat and humidity needed for a sauna experience. I found this metal object in shallow ground while working in a garden in England. It's about 15 centimeters long, rusted on the top, and needs some cleaning. The metal appears black, and the top of the handle is flat. Does anyone know what this could be? The object you found is most likely a bricklayer's line pin, a tool commonly used in masonry to ensure bricks are laid in straight and level courses. These pins were driven into the ground or placed between gaps in a structure to secure a mason's line, a strong string that served as a guide for laying bricks in even rows. The line would be stretched between two pins, creating a perfectly straight reference point for the bricklayer to follow during construction. The flat top makes it easy to drive the pin into the ground with a hammer or mallet, while the spiral marks are likely remnants of the mason's line that was coiled around the pin during use. I saw a metal tool, possibly a farm implement, hanging on the wall of a Cracker Barrel restaurant. It has a handle and a pointy end. Does anyone know what this might be? The tool you described is a handheld tobacco transplanter, an agricultural implement widely used in the early to mid-20th century for planting tobacco seedlings. This device made the planting process more efficient by allowing farmers to simultaneously create a hole in the soil, insert the seedling, and water it. The transplanter consists of two conical metal tubes joined together with a handle mechanism at the top. To use it, farmers would push the pointed end into the ground, squeeze the handle to open the jaws at the bottom, place the seedling into the opening, and release the handle to deposit the plant in the soil. Some models also featured a water reservoir, which released water into the hole to ensure the seedling was properly hydrated. These tools were especially popular in tobacco-growing regions like Virginia and North Carolina, where they helped reduce the labor-intensive nature of planting. Before mechanized equipment became common, it took about 900 man-hours to plant an acre of tobacco, so tools like this were a significant improvement over purely manual methods. We found an iron needle with Arabic writing while magnet fishing in a canal in the United Kingdom. It is approximately 12 by 1 centimeter in size and weighs about as much as a small paperweight. The writing is on all 4 long sides and appears to be different on each side. Does anyone know what this could be? The object you found is likely an Indo-Persian talismanic nail, an artifact commonly used in northern India and Persia during the 19th century. These nails were inscribed with Arabic script, often containing Quranic verses or other protective phrases. They were typically used as spiritual safeguards, driven into the walls or corners of buildings to ward off evil spirits and protect the inhabitants. This object was owned by a relative in the 1950s. It features Mercury inside a glass globe and a hollow handle with no electrical or mechanical components. The relative was a chemist and allegedly a high-ranking Freemason, which might be either irrelevant or explain its purpose. Does anyone know what this could be? The object you found appears to be a scale buoy, a device invented by Richard Hadley Smith Abbott in Bendigo, Victoria after World War I. The scale buoy consists of a glass globe containing a small amount of mercury, enclosed in a wire frame attached to an electroplated handle. While it was marketed as a solution to prevent scale or calcification buildup inside water vessels or boilers, the device is now generally regarded as a piece of scientific quackery. The device functioned by agitating the mercury-filled glass globes in water, which was claimed to soften the water or prevent scale formation. A version of the Scale Boy featured 4 evacuated glass bulbs containing mercury, mounted in a metal frame with rubber stops and a wooden handle resembling a whisk. Users were instructed to manually agitate the device in water, with some reportedly using it for extended periods to prepare bathwater. The Scale Boy was manufactured in both the United States and Australia, with marketing targeting domestic and laboratory applications. Despite its scientific-sounding claims, no credible evidence supports its effectiveness. It remains a curious example of early 20th century pseudoscience. What is this metal object? It appears to be handmade and old, approximately 30 centimeters long and quite heavy. I found it in a bathroom alongside what seems to be an ancient Greek vase, a clay owl, and a small figure made of the same material as this piece. The object you found is likely a modern replica of a Roman bronze mirror inspired by ancient designs. An archaeologist on Reddit pointed out that the weathering pattern suggests it is not genuinely ancient. On authentic artifacts, green patina from verdigris typically forms in recessed areas that are less frequently handled, while raised surfaces tend to appear polished or burnished from use. However, on your item, the green patina appears on the raised surfaces, indicating artificial aging. The material is most likely bronze, polished to give it an antique appearance. Such replicas are often created as decorative pieces or for collectors who appreciate the aesthetic of ancient artifacts. I found this flat-bottom flask with 6 individual chambers in the science department where I work. It has been there for over 30 years, yet no one knows its purpose. The flask appears to be made from a single piece of blown glass, holds roughly 1 liter, and has a unique design. Does anyone know what this could be? The object you found is a nipple flask, used for growing plant cells in suspension cultures. It holds a liquid growth medium and is stoppered with a foam plug before being autoclaved. Plant cells are then introduced into the sterilized flask. The flask is placed in a rotating apparatus at an angle where its 6 chambers alternately expose the cells to air and nutrient medium. This design promotes oxygenation and nutrient absorption, essential for cell growth. Nipple flasks are commonly used in tissue culture, a technique in plant biology. In the last video, I asked you to guess what the rolling tool with a wooden handle and a spool of metal discs might be. Many of you came up with great ideas, and some of you got it right. This tool is called a check grain roller, and it's used to create fake wood grain patterns. This technique was especially popular in the 19th and early 20th centuries, often seen on door panels and other home decor. Thank you to everyone who participated and shared your guesses. A special shout out to user Just Here for being the first to identify it correctly. All right, it's time for another mystery item. Take a look at this one. It's a plastic ring with 3 relatively sharp metal claws found on a beach in Scotland. What do you think it could be used for? Leave your guesses in the comments below, and I'll reveal the answer in the next video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Your support motivates me to create more videos. See you next time.